Hey, nobody likes a pushy salesperson, but everyone likes a pro. And sometimes a pro salesperson needs to push. We're going to talk about earning the right to be a pushy salesperson. We're going to talk about it next on Purpose Under Pressure. Well, welcome back. My name's Bryan, and this is Purpose Under Pressure. It's a podcast about developing sales and leadership success on purpose and under pressure. And it's brought to you by the professional sales and leadership training team at Sandler by the Ruby Group. They're in Akron and Columbus, Ohio. They're in Jacksonville, Florida. They're in Capital Region, New York, and they do their work on purpose because you and your team are under pressure. Things are hard out there. Things are trying to conspire against you in some ways. Maybe you made decisions and plans and goals and set a path towards where you think, and that all fell apart. Well, now what? The purpose is still there. It's just that the pressure got raised. And sometimes I think if we have someone on our team that understands where we're trying to go, how we're trying to do it, how we're trying to go about getting where we need to go, if they're there to show us, look, this light is still burning right here. Come to me. Let's stay on purpose. I love the idea of having a training team on your side that says, no, you're doing it right. Stick with it. Don't give up. And I've seen Sandler do that in many, many different ways and with many different people. So reach out to them, would you? You can connect with Sandler by the Ruby Group online at therubygroup.sandler.com. The Ruby Group. Master the pressure, lead with purpose, and deliver results. So let's get cooking. I want to talk about pressure. I want to talk about salespeople. I think it's funny when you meet someone at a party or an event or in the elevator. So what do you do for a living? I'm a salesperson. Ugh. I could never do that. I could never be that pushy. And you're like, I'm standing right here. You kind of just called me pushy, but that's okay. The first thing people think about when they hear salespeople is pushy. And that's because some used car salesman kicked a tire once. That's pushy. That's being a jerk. You got to be professional, but you got to push back. There's three things I want you to know about being a salesperson, and then we'll talk about being a salesperson. But number one, if you can't get over the fact that people think you're pushy, then get out of sales because that's never going to change. Number two, some salespeople are pushy and they need to get out of sales. And number three, I want you to hear this. It's okay to be pushy. People might not think they like it, but it's okay. It's not okay to be greedy and sneaky and conniving and tricky, but it's okay to push back a little bit, to resist, to ask twice, to call back. If you caught one of the podcast episodes recently with Johnny, he called his customer 37 times before they ever even picked up the phone. 37 times he pushed until he got that plus $1 million sale. And man, I'm glad he made that 37th call. And he is too. And so is the customer. Here's the thing. People say, I don't want you to push. People say I'll make up my mind. People say I'll buy when I'm ready. I'm just looking. But I'm going to ask you this, and don't take me wrong. What do they know? They're going to make up their own mind. They're going to decide when they're ready to buy. What do they know? If I walk into a clothing store and a nice salesperson walks up to me and says, hey there, can I help you? And I say, no, thank you. I'm just looking. No, I'm not. I'm not just looking. Who does that? Looking at what? A pair of jeans? I woke up that morning thinking I'm going to go out today and look at some jeans. You want to come? No, I don't want to go look at jeans. That's no fun. I want to buy jeans. I just don't know how. You hear that? I'm not just looking. I want to buy. I just don't know what I'm doing. I need some help is really what they're saying. But I won't do that as a buyer. As a buyer, I'm trained to hold back. I'm almost maybe embarrassed of what I don't know or what I might get myself into. So I say, no, I'm just looking. As a seller, I need to be trained to earn the right to push. Listen, if someone was drowning in the ocean and the lifeguard swims out, can I help you? No. I think I got it. Should the lifeguard stop pushing? The doctor sees a mole on your arm and says, you need to get that taken a look at. And you say, nah, I think I'll wait. Should the doctor stop pushing? The financial advisor says you need to buy this stock or you need to sell this stock. You say, nah, I'll figure it out later. Don't you want them to push? They know more about it than we do. They've earned the right to push. The lady at the jeans store knows more about jeans than I do. At least she should. So why wouldn't I welcome her pushing back a little and offering a little bit of advice? You see, salespeople who haven't earned the right to push back are pains in the ass. We don't want them around, but salespeople who have earned the right, well, we call them friends, don't we? You want to be a professional salesperson? You want to be a friend? There's 3 reasons to push, and here's why it's necessary. Number 1, does the buyer understand what you are offering? Maybe they don't want to know. Maybe they really are just looking at jeans. Maybe, but it's okay to make sure that they understand. Patient says, no, I'll wait. If you're the doctor, you have the right to say, okay, but let me tell you what your decision is leading to. The swimmer says, no, I'm fine. Okay, but I'm the lifeguard. Take my hand, okay? And let's just call this a trial run. It's okay to push, especially when you're going to help somebody. Before you go, would you just try on these jeans? I think they'd look great on you. I want to hear that. If you stop at no and they don't know, you're not doing your job and you're not doing anyone any favors. Number 2, do you really want to help? Have you asked enough questions to go below the surface of the situation? When the buyer says, I'm just looking, does the salesperson walk away, or does the salesperson says, sure, I see you're looking at jeans, but what's the problem? What do you need? Well, I need some jeans because mine don't fit well, and I'm going to go see my girlfriend's parents in a couple of weeks, and I need some jeans. I'm just looking. The professional salesperson will say, look, what does your girlfriend think about that? Because that's the real problem, isn't it? I don't need jeans. I want to keep my girlfriend for a while. And so my answer at that point is, I need to see these in a size 32 waist. The answer is not, I'm just looking. You got to go deeper. See, the salesperson who pushes back, who doesn't just walk away, makes life better for people. A salesperson who isn't afraid to push helps people. That guy would have walked out, maybe lost his future girlfriend, but she didn't stop at, I'm just looking. She didn't walk away. She pushed. And number 3, it's okay to push even after they say yes. And this is a big one. In my career, the worst deals I've ever made are the ones where the buyer says, sure, yeah, right now, let's go. Here's the checkbook. And I haven't even asked enough questions to know for sure if that buyer needs the product, if it's the right product, if it's the right fit for the right solution, for the right situation. I just take the yes and walk out. There are so many problems hidden there, so many issues waiting to just jump out at me and cause a big problem for me and more organization, and maybe even for the buyer in the future. So if they say yes too fast, keep pushing. Dig a little deeper. Are you sure? Would you like to think about it? I know you have your checkbook out, but can you wait? Let's revisit this in a couple, 3 days. I know that sounds ridiculous, but let's take the time to make sure the sale is right. I call that pushing. Because the opposite is to take the money and walk. Let's push back a little bit. Let's always make sure it's right for the customer. Bottom line here, people don't resent being challenged. They resent being manipulated. They don't resent you trying to help. They resent feeling needy or stupid. They don't resent it when you push back in their best interest. They resent it when you push back in your own, when you're trying to get something for yourself at their expense. No one likes a pushy salesman, but everyone likes a pro. Be a pro. Be a friend. A friend will push when he needs to. Matt Rocco, partner and trainer at Sandler by the Ruby Group, will join me later this week on the show to talk about qualifying pain, which is kind of what we've been talking about here. How badly does someone need it? Do they need it? He'll share some strategies to get those answers without seeming pushy. And that happens later on this week. So I hope you'll check that out. And all past episodes of Purpose Under Pressure, you'll find them at bryanmediastrategies.com/podcast and wherever you stream your favorite shows. It's brought to you by the Ruby Group. Master the pressure, lead with purpose, and deliver results. Until next time, no matter how high the pressure, go ahead and push back a little and stay on purpose.